What's going on, guys? Lone Wolf here. Pretty much I recorded 5 videos for you guys. It's just me, Flinzo, and Cormac going for our 3v3 achievement run. So here it is. Our comp that we're going against is a marksmanship hunter, RestoDruid, enhancement shaman. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to AoE just to get that druid out, because that was our main strat. Just pounce the druid, and as you can see, he didn't manage to get out. I'm gonna try to slow him here. He was immune, so I'm just staying on top of him. Alright, stunned him. He should teleport up top, which he did, and right now we're just keeping the pressure up on him. I incapacitated him. And yeah, so now we're gonna have Cormac just come up. He's gonna help me burst his ass down, and as you can see, he's going down pretty fast, pretty damn fast. And before I get explosive trapped here, if you notice, I get a touch of death off, which he did manage to die. If not, he may have still been alive, but yeah. So now we're just going for the shaman. The shaman is still popped his cooldowns, but before we even get to kill him, he's gonna leave, which you'll notice now. Okay, so this next comp that we're going against is a Marks Hunter, RestoDruid, and an Elemental Shaman instead of an Enhancement Shaman. Okay, so again, our strat is going for the Druid. Right, as you can notice, I'm going to be AoEing, getting that Hunter out of stealth, and trying to get that Druid out of stealth as well. Alright, got trapped, explosive, or not explosive, the Elemental Shaman. Forgot the name of that move. But yeah, so right now we're just sticking the Hunter to the Druid pops, which he did, and that's who we're gonna go after now. Alright, so we got Cormac already on the Druid, putting some heavy pressure. He's at half health. Alright, we're just staying on top of him. He popped tree form. If you guys notice, I don't know what's with the misconception, but everybody seems to believe that because you pop tree, you can't get through it, which is absolutely wrong. If you just notice there, we got him to like 2% health. He was pretty much just about to die. If the Hunter or the Elemental Shaman didn't play defensively and didn't pull those clutch moves, then he would have dropped. All I needed to do was get a touch of death off, and he would have died. But his tree form's up. He's still lower than half health, surprisingly. As you can see, I'm popping my cooldowns now. I'm trying to drop him fast. 65k crit before, and he's getting back up, but we're just constantly putting the pressure on him. 114k crit. Right, we're putting too much pressure on the Druid as it is, and he can't heal through it, so he's just gonna constantly try to run and use his pillars to advantage, which is smart. You know, I would suggest that for you guys, whoever's playing RestoDruids. Alright, so yeah, like I said, he's just constantly running around the pillars, and at this point, he's playing too defensive. We're overwhelming him. He's not sure what to do. He doesn't know where to run. Everywhere he goes, we're on top of him. So this is where we're just pouncing him and pouncing him. And as you can see, he's almost dead. And ignore that part, guys. I completely misjudged where my character was facing, which is why I thought I was facing him, but apparently not. So we just hit him for a 52k crit, 45k crit, and we got explosive trapped. So if you guys notice throughout this whole game, that Hunter is pulling clutch moves. Every time this Hunter seems to, I don't know, web us or explosive trap us, the Druid's about to die. But we interrupted his Cyclone, and I'm Fist of Furying all of them, and he drops. Okay. One thing I am going to tell you guys, if you guys haven't checked out my macro video, or not my macro, my talents, my glyphs, and whatnot for a monk, please do. I suggest that you guys do get your glyph of Touch of Death, just because it doesn't take up any cheese. So that's something good. As you can see there, if I didn't have any cheese, he wouldn't have dropped. So this next comp that we're going against is a RestoDruid, a warrior, and a survival hunter. Okay. So again, our strat is the RestoDruid. RestoDruids are pretty easy for a warrior and a monk to take down. They're not too difficult. So we faced this Druid earlier, and I have another video of him as our last video, which is why now he's playing a little smarter. He's playing a little more defensive, running around the pillars. He wasn't doing this earlier, but you guys will see this later on. So strat is just to keep pressure on him. Alright, Fist of Furying him. You know, if you can see crits 45, 39, 71, just crit him for 112k before. Right, so we're just trying to keep him slowed and just, trying to get him a little off balance. What we were trying to do here was separate the druid from the rest of his team. Because if I'm staying on the druid and the warrior manages to kill one of his other members, then that would have been great. But it didn't seem like it was working too well. Right, so it should start working well up in about a second. So as I said, I'm just trying to keep him slow, trying to keep him around the pillars. If you notice here, guys, in the background, the druid is cycloning at the same time while the warrior is putting some heavy pressure, and I'm separating the druid from his team. And as you can see there, the rest of the druid just dropped. Okay, so that was pretty much plan, our plan C. Because our first two plans didn't work. So pretty much we were just going to put some heavy pressure on him, have him focus on his team heals instead of himself, and warrior just came over and helped me kill him quick. Touch of death on that warrior, 44k crit, and now we're just finishing off the hunter. Now of course we have to have that one hunter who has to be annoying and can't just accept the loss. But yeah, this is one of them. So he's just gonna start peeling and peeling and peeling until he eventually dies. So just bear with me, guys. Oh, and actually, instead of watching it now, until now I didn't even realize that our heel still had his defenses. That's pretty funny. Yeah, he's popping in the turrets again. I don't understand where he's going with this. I don't know if he actually thought he was going to win, but that wasn't the case. I was having no luck with this hunter. If you notice, he dodged like 30 of my moves, and it doesn't make sense to me because I'm capped out on that, but that's fine. So our next challenge that we're going to be going against is an enhancement shaman, a assassination rogue, and a warlock. Alright, so what we're doing right here is I'm trying to get him out of stealth, but I've been sapped. I trinketed it by mistake and I got sapped again. So that's one mistake that I did. But we're going for the shaman. That was our main strat. We were first going to go for the rogue, but we decided that the rogue has too many cooldowns and whatnot. So we just decided, you know what, we're going to go for the shaman. His burst is too much, so that's who we're going to go for. He popped his ascendance. And what we're doing here is we're just stunning him. He's cycloning him. We're trying to make sure that he doesn't, that basically his ascendance goes to waste, which it did end up working out well. The only problem that we're having with is our warrior is getting bursted down. So right now what we're doing is we're trying to peel for him. I just dropped that shaman and we're going to shift off to the warlock. The warlock, you know, he has his cooldown. So you know what, we said we're going to go for the rogue, and the rogue's going to put pressure on our healer, so that's exactly who I went for. Right, so as you can see, the rogue's dodging everything, so I just switched off back to the affliction lock, just for the simple fact that I'm not going to waste my time over there hitting him when my move's getting dodged. Pop my cooldowns. You can see my tigers out. And yeah, Fist of Fury on both of them. This rogue is about to drop. Once we go after that rogue, we're going to switch off to the lock, and he pretty much has nothing left, so he's just going to drop pretty fast. That's the end of this game. Alright, so this is the last game that we're playing. It's pretty much a marksman, hunter, RestoDruid, and a warrior. This is that same comp that I was talking about earlier with the RestoDruid, where he was learning the pillar better. But as you can see, we're putting some heavy pressure on him. 64k crit already. I popped my cooldowns because I did think that he was going to drop pretty fast. I was mistaken. So we're just putting heavy pressure on him. We're just following him. His warriors trying to peel for him, but it's not working. As you can see, we just got binded shot and entangled rooted. I had no cooldowns and I had no movement and mobility effects to take it off. So right now, you know, we're just trying to get on that RestoDruid. Alright, Cormac comes over, he helps me out. Fist of Fury him, getting some heavy stuns on him. And he used his symbiosis deterrence. So we're going to switch off, and I just incapacitated the hunter really fast, and we're shifting back to the druid. Okay, so we just sunrise kicked them, and I'm just keeping the pressure on them, just staying on them. Alright, so if you notice here in just a second, yep, so I just stunned them. Alright, so now here's where the heavy damage comes in. Look at his health, and quit him for 142k. Shit, he just dropped. But yeah, guys, so that's the end of this game for me. The rest of the match is just easy. I'm just dropping that warrior, and we're gonna shift off to the hunter. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Please leave comments below, subscribe, like if you can, and just comment below on any other content that you would like me to come out. Mainly I'm just coming out with arenas, but if there's anything else you guys would like, please let me know. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next video.